Hey there. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the Earth's tilt and why we have seasons. So have you ever wondered why we have seasons? Why it's spring and summer and fall and winter? Some people think that the Earth is closer to the sun in July and that makes it so hot. And some people think the Earth is far away in December and that's why it's so cold. But guess what? That's not true. So if we look at this map right here, we can see that January is actually closer to the sun, or the Earth is actually closer to the sun in January and a little bit further away in July. And so the distance that the Earth is from the sun doesn't really have anything to do with how hot or cold it is on Earth. So do you have any ideas why it's so hot in July and so cold in December? I have an idea. And that's because the Earth is tilted on its axis, and the Earth is tilted at 23.5 degrees. So if we have our Earth, if this is representing Earth, and we know that our Earth is split in half, and so we have the northern hemisphere and we have the southern hemisphere, right? And if the Earth was sitting straight up and down on its axis, we can see that the Earth would get the sun in equal proportions, right? That everybody would get the same amount of sun. And if that was the case, then everybody would have the same seasons because we're getting the same amount of sun. But because the Earth is tilted at 23.5 degrees, then the sun kind of moves, right? And so when the Earth is tilted kind of away from the sun, most of the sun is hitting the southern part of the Earth. Okay, and that makes it cold on the top part of the Earth. But as the Earth moves around in the orbit and Earth gets tilted towards the sun, look what happens. Most of the sun hits the northern hemisphere. And that's what's making the Earth so hot in July, is because the Earth is tilted towards the sun and it's getting most of the sun rays. And so when it's warm in the northern hemisphere, it's cold in the southern hemisphere. Okay, and so that's the real reason why we have seasons, is because of the tilt of the Earth's axis and how much sun is hitting the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So that's pretty cool. And so we also have to remember too that the Earth is spinning this way on its axis, and it's causing night and day as well as it turns this way. And so it's the tilt of the Earth and how much sun is actually hitting the northern and southern parts of the Earth that makes it hot or cold. So I want you guys to remember that when the Earth is tilted away from the sun, it's winter in the northern hemisphere, but it's going to be summer in the southern hemisphere. And when the Earth is tilted towards the sun, it's summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. So away is winter and towards is summer. Okay, hopefully that helps. Bye.